Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got an interesting show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So it looks like one of the biggest LeBron James zealots is now finally responding, and that person is Nick Wright. Right? Nick Wright decided to take to social media yesterday to respond to the explosive comments that were made by Stephen A. Smith yesterday on the ESPN First Take, where he essentially questioned, what are LeBron's motives for putting Bronny James through this? What are his motives? Why you got him out here looking crazy like this, getting toasted and smoked by dudes like Tyrese Maxey and all of this? He's like, why are you doing this? And these comments reverberated all throughout the sports media ecosystem. And now various people are reacting to it. And Nick Wright, who's represented by Clutch Sports, decided to step into the fray and respond to some of the things that Stephen A. Smith had to say on his show yesterday. It was a bit of a long segment, but I decided, hey, let's just cover a little bit of what he had to say. But before we even get into what Nick Wright had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. PrizePicks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week on PrizePicks, I'm looking at the upcoming NBA schedule and selecting Stephen Curry for more than 29 points and Kevin Durant for more than 27 points and Anthony Davis for more than 12 rebounds and Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love PrizePicks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what I want to do now is I want to play exactly what Nick Wright had to say in response to Stephen A. Smith, and then I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Nick Wright here.
Let's do the Bronny discussion.
So Bronny got some real minutes in that Philly game the other day, even first quarter minutes, in fact. He struggled, and JJ went on the podium and said that he kind of blamed himself, put him on national television. Stephen A. even came out and blamed LeBron or said that LeBron has a serious role in it. What's your whole take on the situation?
I was shocked at the reaction to this game. Shocked. Now listen, Bronny did not play well. He was 0 for 5. He had 3 turnovers. There's no denying. And Bronny now is 1 for 16 shooting in the NBA. I think 0 for 7 from 3. And that's brutal for a number of reasons, but not the least of which are he's going to play so little. Now, even if he has a couple decent, 2-3 minute stretches in garbage time, his numbers are going to be horrifying. And so, that just, is life of a late second round pick into the bench guy. Where I was shocked was there has been so much disingenuous commentary surrounding the Lakers and surrounding Bronny, and folks immediately resuming it after being quiet on all fronts for a month. The moment Bronny gets some more NBA minutes and plays poorly, it just struck me as transparent. So let me go to the Lakers piece of it and then the Bronny piece of it. I know you all saw it. It was TV commentary and also very popular social media posts where they would show the Lakers record last year with Darvin Ham through 10 games, 12 games, 20 games, 24 games, and then their record this year with J.J. Redick. Show last year they won the in-season tournament with Darvin Ham. This year they didn't even qualify for it with J.J. Redick. And it was, everyone blamed Darvin. But now look at them now. And then the Lakers got hot, moved up to the 5 seed. The records are wildly different. They're 5 games over 500 earlier than they have been in any year in the last few years. And all those accounts and takes went away. And the exact same thing happened with Bronny. So Bronny started off in the G League struggling. And you would see his stats and his plus minus and his all of it publicized all the time. And then the last few weeks, he is crushed in the G League. Last 3 games in the G League, 23, 6, and 5 averages. A career high, he had 30-something the other night. 43% from the field, 46% from 3, 89% from the line. And all those accounts went away entirely. Just, we're not talking about it. So I was like, well, that's just and so there was so much of, oh my goodness, I know this is what LeBron wants, but is it good for Bronny? Is he, so much of that. And then when Bronny was cooking in the G League, which now people are going to be like, oh, anybody can cook in the G. The general conventional wisdom was, oh, he's really going to struggle in the G League, guys.
So you heard what Nick Wright had to say. Nick brought up an interesting point, which was, why are we talking about Bronny James all of a sudden now? When he was scoring 31 in the G League, why didn't we talk about it? Well, the question is, I think the answer to Nick's question is this. I think it's a good question. I think it's because people know that it's not even worth talking about a player performing well in the G League, talking well about a developmental player. I think the reason this one made more news is because Bronny was now back on the NBA stage, right? He was on the NBA stage, and now people have got a chance to see whether or not he's improved or not, or if he's any good, given all the time that he spent in the G League. I think he's played, 10 games? I could be wrong. I don't know the amount of games that he's played, or 8, maybe, I don't know. So people were waiting to see if he had developed or not. Number 2, it's an NBA stage, so obviously it's going to garner more attention. When was the last time you, Nick Wright, spoke about a G League game in general? Forget about Bronny. When was the last time you did it? When was the last time anybody really paid attention to a G League game? We seldom do, right? Number 3, of course people are going to pay attention to it. It's LeBron's son. He's the face of the NBA. What's so complicated about this? These guys ask an obvious question. Why else would they be talking about any belt? No, they wouldn't, because not everybody else's son is LeBron James. What's so complicated about this? I know what they're trying to get to. It's like they up there trying to shake their booties for LeBron James to basically say, you're only talking about him because he's the face of the NBA. Oh, man, that makes me feel good. Let me go over there and beat my meat now. That's what it's all about. They ask this question like they don't know. Yes, people are talking about it because he's the face of the NBA. What's the next one? It's quite obvious. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? It's obvious. That's the reason why. That is the reason why they're talking about it. He's the face of the NBA, so his son is playing and is going to make a lot of headlines. That's the truth. Now, here's something else that's interesting. People spoke about his bad performance, as they should have. But guess what? Last night when he had that and-1, it was plastered all over social media. See how that works? Was there any hate involved there? Of course there wasn't. The question is, why are you only focusing on the negative? Yesterday, if you open up your Instagram accounts and all over it, that's the number one thing being talked about. Bronny's and-1. LeBron smiling. Was it a beautiful moment? It was a beautiful moment. It felt good for LeBron. It was like, wow, that must be nice. It must be a nice feeling. The point is, they covered him when he had a low moment. They covered him when he had a high moment. See how that works? Where's the conspiracy here? Now, obviously, people are going to focus more on the negative, but that's not a LeBron thing. That's not a Bronny thing. That's a human nature thing. Bad news sells. It ain't a LeBron thing. That's what human beings, that's how it works. Bad news does better. Controversy does better. It ain't no Bronny thing, and it's not a LeBron thing. It's not unique onto them and them alone. Any other questions about this? Any other questions? Any other things that are confusing people? I think this is pretty rudimentary. So these are my thoughts on it. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.